Mr. Paul Pratt is with Gateway Development Consortium. That's the company that has, or earlier on had proposed the 10-year billion-dollar Cross Bayou downtown Shreveport development. Hey, Mr. Paul, welcome back to Keel. How you doing today?
Hey, Robert, how are you? I'm doing very well.
Haven't heard from you from a while. Is it still 10 years, $1 billion? What's the status? What's the plan? Where are you guys?
It's still $1 billion over a 10-year period to develop Cross Bayou in downtown Shreveport.
Okay. We haven't heard a lot. Have you made any steps forward in terms of getting an office complex there, bringing in a school? Where are you on bringing in development and finding funds, I guess, is the priority?
Okay, the project is moving along very well. We recently made a presentation at the White House and to the governor, and we'll continue to do presentations to local groups around Shreveport, such as DDA, the city of Shreveport, and others. Shreveport has an incredible opportunity right now because the project sits in an opportunity zone. This could be the first project of this scope and size by the groundbreaking by the end of the year. So taking full advantage of this opportunity zone is going to be very important for Shreveport. That's why the White House is very excited about this project in Shreveport.
It's awful cool that you met with the president and the governor. Have you met with the new mayor?
We didn't meet with the president, but we did meet with the governor. The mayor was invited to hear about the formal presentation, but at the time he's very busy.
Has there been any conversation? Pardon me. Has there been any conversation at all with Mayor Perkins or a representative of his administration?
Well, we've reached out to the mayor. We know that he's very busy running city government. So we're looking forward to a meeting in the future, but right now we'll continue to move forward with the project.
How do you move forward without talking to the mayor?
Well, there are other agencies involved, and so this is a multi-agency project that includes not only the state of Louisiana, Caddo Parish, as well as the federal government. So there's a lot of moving parts. Shreveport is going to represent some of those parts, but we'll work with the mayor on his schedule.
Paul Pratt, Gateway Development Consortium. You said a few minutes ago, groundbreaking by the end of the year. On what? Well, that's close.
Well, in order to take advantage of this opportunity zone funding, we have to have shovel the ground by the end of the year. That's very important because investors want to fully utilize the incentives of the opportunity zone.
And groundbreaking for what piece of your puzzle?
Well, we're hoping to have a groundbreaking for any of the pieces. So we're looking at a municipal complex. Now we added in a criminal justice center as well as housing. So any of those pieces could be a part of the groundbreaking by the end of the year.
Okay. Have you got a commitment from Governor Edwards that a state office building is needed and he's on board?
Governor Edwards is on board.
Okay. The criminal justice center. Who's that going to be for?
All of the court system in the Shreveport Caddo Parish area.
Caddo District Court and City Court?
We're working on it.
Do you have any kind of commitment from them to abandon their current facilities and move the new ones?
We don't have a commitment, but we are working diligently to seek a commitment at some point.
Previously, you had been, I don't want to say vague, that's not fair. You had not made specific requests from the city for funding, for infrastructure, etc. Where are you in those requests, and what is it that you want the city to do to help you guys move along?
Well, we're going to request not only from the city, but all of these other agencies to sit down first. This project has to be master planned. And so that's when we all come up with the solution for funding from each department. But Gateway is committed to raising $450 million initially in the private sector.
Which is
how are you on that? Where are you on that?
Banks are fighting to come to Shreveport because of the opportunity zone.
Really?
Yes.
In the scheme of funding that it will take, you talk about the opportunity zone. Explain to folks what that is and how the federal government in that funding would be involved.
Well, the opportunity zone was initially proposed or submitted to the governor by the Tyler's administration. The governor did sign off about 5 tracks in Shreveport, and now it's in D.C. The president, as well as the federal government, has set aside $2 or $3 trillion to help revitalize cities like Shreveport. And so by investing in the Opportunity Zone, there are a lot of tax advantages and deferrals on the capital gains that they will be able to put into the properties.
Paul, what about the environmental cleanup that has to be okayed by the EPA and DEQ? Where are you on that?
And is it possible, if you get the go-ahead, how is that going to all be done by the end of 2019?
Well, we could still, not every area in downtown is environmentally unsafe. And so we know there are some issues in certain areas, certain tracks. And so we're going to leave that up to the experts to work on that. But that is a part of our planning. And we plan to bring something soon.
What are your other hurdles, Paul?
Well, we're just continuing to meet. We're going to meet with local groups, and we just need buy-in from not only government, more agencies, but also the citizens of Shreveport. This is not about Gateway. This is not about one entity of the city. This is about every citizen that lives in Shreveport. This is our future.